Hi, preschool friends. It's Teacher Janelle. I hope you're having a great day. I'm currently sitting in the backyard of the house that I'm currently living in, and it's a house that's up in San Carlos, which is a little further north than where most of you live. And I'm enjoying this morning sitting under an apple tree. There's an apple tree in the backyard of the house that I'm living in. I'm joined today by one of our chickens. You can see there she is. Her name is Eris. And if you remember last year, if you were at Explorer, we started incubating chicken eggs in March and they hatched in April. And our family decided to keep the chickens. So there she is. And she is a lot of fun to have. She has two sisters who we also incubated and hatched. Their names are Action and Rage. My sons named them. And they are now giving us eggs every day. And this is one of their eggs that I just gathered. And I gathered other eggs as well. I gathered 3 eggs, but today I'll just show you 2 of them. And here they are. They kind of have a greenish tint to them, all of them. A little bit cream and a little bit green. So anyways, today I wanted to talk to you and give you a closer look at this apple tree. I'm sitting under this apple tree, and this apple tree produces green apples. This tree actually started off as a seed. This is a picture of what apple seeds look like. And it says the life cycle of an apple tree begins with a seed. So if you've ever cut into an apple and you've noticed some seeds inside the apple, that's actually how apple trees start. After the seed sprouts, a sapling grows from the seed. So it's like a baby tree. Just like I was talking about when the chickens hatched, they started off as really tiny baby chicks, and now they're full-grown chickens. Apple trees are kind of the same way. They actually sprout from a seed, and they grow into what's called a sapling. This tree behind me started off as a sapling, but now it's a full-grown tree. Once the sapling grows for a few years, it starts to blossom, and the blossoms look like little pink flowers. I'll get that picture a little closer so you can see it. We have some apple trees at school, and you might notice apple trees in your neighborhood or even at your own house. In the spring, they'll start to blossom some beautiful, beautiful flowers. After the blossoms go away, small apples begin to form where the flowers were. Depending on the color of an apple, it will start off as green, but then it'll change colors. So for instance, this apple is a red apple, and you can see that it's changing from green to red. This tree I'm sitting under, this is a green apple tree. So the apples start off as green, small green apples, but they stay green the whole time. There are other apple trees that might produce yellow apples, and there's many, many, many varieties of apples, but this tree that this picture is showing us is a tree that has a red apple. Finally, the apple grows and it ripens and it becomes ready to eat. And as you can see, this apple on this tree is ready to eat. It's a red apple, bright, bright red apple. That's the life cycle of an apple and an apple tree. Again, it starts off as a seed. It sprouts into a sapling. The flower blossoms appear on the tree. In the place of the blossoms become small apples. And the small apples grow and grow, just like you guys are growing, because you guys are little kiddos. becomes a full-grown red apple ready to eat. And that's the life cycle of a tree and an apple. Before I go today, I want to give you just a closer look at some of the apples that are in the tree that I'm sitting under. I'm just going to turn my camera around. This tree is a little overgrown, so a lot of the branches are overgrown, but as you can see here, there are apples that are hanging from the tree. Whoa, that one actually just fell off. It was ready, it was ripe. I'm actually going to go pick it up so you can get a closer look at it. This apple actually should have been picked a long time ago because you can see an animal has started making its home in this apple. You can see a hole. It burrowed into the apple, and from the apple, it's getting shelter, it's getting food, and it's also getting water because apples hold a lot of water in them. So when you eat an apple, you're actually getting not only food, but you're also getting water, just like this creature is that is burrowed inside this apple. I'll show you a little bit more of the tree. And the apples are kind of hard to spot because they're green. So they camouflage into the tree. Let me show you a couple more that are up here. So let's see if you can spot any of the apples in my apple tree that I'm showing you. If you've ever gone apple picking, what are some ways that you pick apples? I know when I'm picking apples from this tree, I have to take my arm and I have to stretch up to get an apple. And I'm pulling one off right now. And here it is. And I actually pulled off, this apple actually has a stem still on it, and it actually has some of the leaves still on it. And here it is. Boys and girls, it was really fun talking with you today about apple trees. We're going to be learning more about apples in class. We're going to be reading books about apples and doing some experiments with apples. And I look forward to seeing you in class soon. Bye-bye.